All right.
Did it now?
Yeah, it did.
How long ago
Because
did it end?
I don't know. I just got back, but now we're
You're
live.
you're really you're really bad at this time thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's Monday night.
Cause
Locked and loaded.
shit, are we fucking live? What is
Yeah,
this?
we're live, dude.
Fuck, why didn't you say anything?
No, it's fine. I just unmuted the mics. We're
Completely
good. We're
ruined,
good.
completely ruined the intro I had planned. With us tonight, we have
What plan?
I have a useless degree, all one word, Sergeant Buck, and Fallout fanboy Pov. Just Pov. It's not Poveros or anything, just Pov.
Just Pav. I mean,
He needs
it's
to
just
change.
Pav.
He needs to change it now. So, how are you guys doing tonight? How have y'all been since last Monday?
Oh,
I'm
fuck,
drunk.
Well, that's
So
a
you're
good-
doing pretty good. That's great.
Oh,
We have. It seems we have a couple of newer. Well, a new person in the chat at least.
Which
Oh
is
wait, no,
fine.
there's two. We have Crab90.
Crab's seen us before. What are you talking about?
Has he? She?
Yeah.
I
He?
never
It?
pay attention
What?
to the chat.
I barely pay attention to the chat as well. And we also have we
We'd
have
like to.
Miss Katzen Lady, who seems to be friends with Pav, and I'm a little skeptical of that. And a returning.
Yeah, I
a
don't have
returning-
friends.
Yeah, no,
So-
you really don't. And a returning friend of ours, Merc. Say hi, Merc.
He's not on the.
I'm waiting for him to
We're waiting
hear
for
it
that.
and then say something. Chat,
Gotta
that
sit through
delay
30
though.
second delay.
right?
Wait.
He'll get it eventually.
You see,
Eventually.
you see, Magog's got to fight with us for the Monday night slot now.
There's no fight there. Magog's gonna win.
Hey, he
He's got
said
a
buckshot
huge
was legal in
shot.
Morscar.
Buckshot is what?
Legal.
Yeah.
But does it exist?
Look, if I can just jam a bunch of rocks down my M10, it'll do the job.
You should make it fun. Make it salt rock, rock salt. Screw that one up.
So I can season the corpses of those I gunned down. Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I'm eating them, I'm a pig, so it's not cannibalism.
Hence the name as greedy as a pig.
Right? So what are you drinking on tonight, Pav?
Rum and Coke, because it's cheap and easy and it tastes good.
Yeah, good.
I have Founders All Day IPA Session Ale, which is for an IPA, it's pretty fucking light. So that 15-pack is not gonna last very long.
I am currently drinking a leftover Modelo from, I think it was Friday night.
A Modelo's
Picked up
not
some beer
bad.
for, it's a Modelo Especial. Picked up a couple of them for my wife, and she drank one of them, and she decided she wasn't going to have the other, and so I'm drinking it.
Oh, whatever.
Buck, are you saying we're about to get some daddy floor bucks tonight?
No, I didn't say that. I said it's light, and so I'm gonna get hammered, but I'm gonna stay conscious.
Good luck.
Hey, it's
You plus hammered does not equal conscious.
okay. If it was a real IPA, I'd be unconscious already.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's 4.7%. Budweiser has
And?
more alcohol than that. Budweiser's a flat
Bud-
5.
And Budweiser sucks.
I didn't say Budweiser was good. I just said it has more alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, you do
0.3%
have a
makes a
point.
big difference when you're.
I'm
when you
pretty
weigh as
sure
much as I do.
that Yingling is 6.4.
I wasn't paying attention at the cans when I was back east, so
Yeah. Oh, that's your loss.
I just know I liked it.
Yingling is pretty
No,
good.
Yingling's great. It's like a lager, but it's like an amber lager. It's got more.
Thank you for that correction, Merc.
Oh, they do. They
Budweiser rounds up to.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, Youngling's got a lot of different styles. I mean, they've got the black and tan, which I wouldn't really call a black and tan. It's more of a stout.
Mm-hmm.
They have their amber lager, which is I can't find in stores anywhere. They've got their regular lager, which is good. And they came out with a golden. I've got it in they got it in stores right now. I can't remember. I know I didn't like it because I'm not really a fan of the lighter colored beers.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I drank it. I'll drink it over like Budweiser, but it's not really something I drink on a regular basis.
Not that remarkable. I think what we were buying when I was up in Cape Cod was might have been their amber lager then. Came in kind of a maroon can with the label.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was great.
Hey, Buck, I have a question for you. I just noticed this. How come in the description you don't put the link to the Discord?
Shit.
Why do we need to link to the Discord?
Because we want people to join us in the Discord. As in join our Discord.
I should probably link our Twitter
right.
handles too.
Yeah,
Well,
that would be a bad idea.
So
Maybe.
There's
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, this is episode 20. We've done this 20 times, including today.
Yeah.
Not including. Wait, was that viewing of the Blair x Candace debate?
That was a
Counted?
a numbered episode, my dude.
What number was it?
Like really early on, it was between 1 and 3.
Pretty sure it was 1.
I think it was it was 1. Fuck.
Pretty sure it was 1. So including that one, I was thinking maybe it would be like a 001. As in the progenitor.
Oh. 0. This is the pilot for the podcast. We're gonna
Sure, let's go with that.
go back and scale everything down by 1 then.
All right, so
We can do that, but it's fine. We'll leave it the way it is.
Yeah. It's out.
so
And Mark is checking for us. I guess.
Checking on them Yinglings.
No, I think he's checking on the episode
On the
numbers.
numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever.
And I saw something in Twitter that I have to look at. Oh.
Oh my.
all right, so while
apparently
he
it-
does that,
Oh. I have to link this.
while he does that, we do have something on Twitter. You know, nice little segue there. If you want
Yeah.
to pull that up there, Buck.
I have to link this because it has to be seen. We have to share this with everyone.
Is it Topless Blondes?
No.
Shit.
No. It's something better.
Someday I'll get it right.
Someday.
What the fuck is this?
Just look at it.
No, fuck off, Twitter app. It's a
It's
shiny
great.
pillow.
Just wait.
Oh my god,
Isn't it great?
that's I've seen that before.
Oh Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
I remember seeing it before too. Apparently, Mems is going ape shit for it. She wants it so bad.
Okay, I gotta bring this up so the audience can see this shit now.
Yes, you do.
So we're gonna just move this over
You
here.
should have already
This
done
is
that,
our
Buck.
this is our other article for the night. Where is the fucking? Here we go. All right, so got this weird ass pillow, and hey, it's high fucking Yah himself.
Mm-hmm. You know, I just watched on. I think it was Saturday. Saturday, yeah. I think I watched Rage.
Rage.
Yeah. It was an interesting one.
That's not the same as Deadfall, but
I thought the movie Rage. It was pretty good. Nicolas Cage, Rage. It doesn't end in the traditional way you would expect that kind of movie to end. So
Nicholas Rage.
Wait, you're not talking about the video game?
no.
Ah, okay.
All right, so shall we move on to our first topic? Speaking of fucking video games.
Yeah.
All right, first topic. This will be nice, sweet, and short.
Yeah.
Fortnite dance classes.
Joy.
Just,
This is a thing.
oh boy. Just
It's a thing.
Alexa, can we play Despacito 3 Electric Bigotry, please? No? Okay, I guess we
Bigotry.
can't.
not electric bigotry
I
or
guess not.
electric boogaloo?
Bigotry. That's what I call Detroit Become Human. Fucking Fortnite dance classes. Why?
Because people saw
It's like-
an opportunity to make money and they went for it, and
We-
now they're
we-
making money hand over fist.
We've reached peak capitalism.
You know what? I'm okay with this. I am okay with someone making money off of the brainless masses. I'm okay with it.
It's like, okay, like, I get it. Kids should be in shape. You don't want to raise a fucking fat lard as your kid. Fine. Why this?
Because
Because it's Fortnite, Buck. Because
and they want
everybody
to
likes
watch that.
Fortnite.
First we had the fucking Fortnite coaches. Now we have this. Sometimes the barrel of this M9's looking that much more friendly.
No, it's not.
I love how
No,
this
it's
was
shiny.
posted by the BBC. That,
The fucking BBC
that's
chose to
the
cover
most-
it too.
Yeah, that's the most funny thing about this for me is it's the BBC.
There's kids in Britain dancing to Fortnite. Meanwhile, in America,
Work out right.
oh,
All right, moving on to the first article.
oh,
We've
fucking Fortnite.
yeah, I'm not really a fan of either Fortnite or PUBG, so.
Nah,
But I understand other people are
for some reason. Okay,
for some reason.
let's just wheel right into the cringe of the week. For the most part.
All right. What's up first?
Up first on the docket is I have to do some quick format editing. God
Oh,
damn
Buck,
it,
you should have already
OBS.
had this done.
no,
You should
well,
have
okay,
already done.
the
What-
window
what
sizes
is
are
it?
different
all-
depending on the page. Okay?
You
It's
had
not-
all day.
Yes, I did have all day, but tweets are bigger
see
than news stories, apparently.
Apparently.
Okay, so first
Okay.
up, we have New Feminist
It's
Brewery
still
Church.
it's still
I know the chat's catching up. New Feminist
Yeah.
Brewery Church claims to do like Jesus.
oppose white supremacy and support abortion. Wait a second.
Abort supportion.
We are feminists, and I believe Jesus was too. Okay. Just welcome to this article.
Welcome to the current year, everybody.
All right, so I say Buck. I'm nominating Buck.
I will
Yeah,
second nomination.
Since I found this one, all right, let's do this.
You brought this on yourself, Buck.
Yes, I did, and I'm fine with it.
Well, I got all the articles for last week, so I mean, him getting all the articles for this week is only
Someone's
fair.
got to do the legwork. Okay. A California church is encouraging parishioners to get tipsy while imbibing a progressive version of Christian theology, according to which Jesus was a feminist person of color.
That's
Where's
an
my
interesting
gun?
take.
The the Greater Purpose Church in Santa Cruz recently sold the building.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Recently sold the building where it had been holding Sunday services for 5 years and began setting up shop in an event venue where beer is on tap. Sounds good to me.
That's
If you're
actually
Irish.
does sound pretty good.
The plan is to open a brewery in an old book, start holding services there by next fall. Fire your editor. An old book what? Anyway, moving on. This is what I do with my degree, hence my current name. Churchgoers can have 1 or 2 beers, Pastor Chris Van Hall told the Bay Area NBC affiliate last month. As a matter of fact, if they have 2, my sermon's always better.
That's a great. It's really getting people to go and listen to that sermon.
Listen to the
As
good
long
word,
as they're drunk.
the good word of
Right.
alcoholic Jesus.
Hey, Buck, you still have
Jesus.
that long hair, right?
Not as much.
Wait. How long is it now?
It's just about shoulder length.
Okay, so you still have that long hair.
Yeah.
Can you grow a beard?
I can grow a fucking patchy one.
Perfect. Grow one, take a picture, and we'll start memeing freaking that.
Oh god, my face is gonna be a meme. This is not gonna end well.
That'll end great. Are you kidding?
Don't let
it'll
your
end great
memes
for
be
me.
dreams. Well, son, my dreams are memes. Well,
I mean, look at Alex Jones. He's a walking meme, and look how famous he is.
yeah, he likes tranny porn too, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. I saw that. He makes money hand over fist, dude. Just think of it.
No, he does. I don't sell supplements.
You
That's
might
the problem.
actually you might actually be able to put that degree of yours to use.
It's not memology, though. It's damn close, but it's not memology. As if there's a logic to the damn thing anyway.
Right.
Okay, time to knock this fucking thing out. Pastor Chris, okay. This fucking sentence. Did someone put in like approximate spellings and forget to take them out? Pastor Chris Van Hal Van Hall, Nibba, what are you doing? Was not visibly intoxicated. I like how they had to put that disclaimer in.
When explained to.
When
When explaining
God.
to.
when
Did
explaining,
this guy just go? Did this guy just go to their sermon or something?
he must have, because this fucking article has more typos than a fucking Stephen King convention. Was not visibly intoxicated when
You know what's funny?
explaining.
You guys want to know what's funny? I just talked about Alex Jones, and now an ad for InfoWars is popping up in that bottom right-hand corner of the article page.
See, Googly can hear you
We can hear you.
when
Didn't
explaining to.
we had an article about that, didn't we? Recently?
Well, that was having to do with location information, not with audio stuff. But you're close.
Oh, okay.
Was not visibly intoxicated when explaining to Now This News, as if that's a real news source, in a video published to social media Tuesday, that he preaches what he sees as the ancient Christian teachings. Hold the fuck up! The ancient Christian teachings of feminism, environmentalism, and racial justice. Oh boy!
Wow, someone doesn't know theological history.
Someone hasn't read the Bibli.
Yeah, someone has not. Old Testament or New.
Oh my god. This I'm almost disappointed this place isn't in Portland.
I mean, yeah.
Or Bellingham, which is almost Portland.
Okay. That settles it.
Oh
Next
my
year,
god.
during VidCon, we're going, and then we're going to this place afterwards. Every one of us.
Fucking deal.
If it's still open.
It's probably staffed by volunteers again.
Way to shit on my parade.
Hey, if it's open, I will meet you there.
We have a cynic.
Yes,
We do have a cynic. Cynic!
I think Cynic is one of the few people who has made almost every single episode that we've done.
Jesus
For that-
Christ, cynic.
For that, we thank him.
He's a good boy.
How do you deal with us on every episode? What is this?
We will pay him $100 in theoretical breadsticks to keep.
Or you could just wrench him.
I could. But
Just wrench him.
That'd mean switching.
Because I don't have 103 theoretical dollars.
In breadsticks.
Or in breadsticks either. Wrench him.
Wrench me, daddy.
He
Boom.
wants us to burn things.
Oh gosh. What
Burn
Mark
things.
said. I can't wait for them to read what Jesus said about slavery, slaves, and slave masters.
Oh. I love it. I love it long time. Okay.
I missed a few words in that phrase I just said.
It's almost like this is just a fucking drunk podcast. No one gives a fuck, and we're all fine with that. It tickled my day.
I'm getting there.
That's fine. That's fine. Join the club. We are...
Alright, let's keep going.
Okay,
with
going
the
back to the article. We are open and affirming LGBTQ. We are feminists, and I believe Jesus was too, said Van Hall, who sports a
I think you read
newsboy
that already.
cap, thick-rimmed glasses, a bushy beard, and tattoos.
Newsboy
Motherfucker,
cap.
a
Is that what they
Fallout-
call those things?
A Fallout 4 NPC runs this bar.
Is that what they call that? A newsboy cap? I thought those were called driving caps.
I don't know. Depends on if you're in a car or not.
Hey, hey,
I mean, I can
news-
get behind that.
newsboy caps are fantastic.
I'm
Fuck off.
I'm not denying this. I own several myself, and I used to wear them all the time.
Oh man, I got to keep going. We we are environmentalists, which I believe that's the original mandate of the children of God to take care of the planet that we all know and enjoy. Not and, no, and enjoy. Fire
And-
your editor.
What editor?
God damn
That's
it, you're right.
the only conclusion I can come to.
We
It's
are
like
anti-war.
someone didn't edit this.
We are anti-war, which I believe Jesus was. 2. We are for racial justice, which Jesus was a Palestinian Jewish rabbi. Is that a walking contradiction?
Yes,
A
at least nowadays.
Okay, by modern context, yeah, sure. But I see that in Palestinian Jewish, it's like those two things don't mesh. One throws bombs, the other has planes.
Hey, Buck.
Huh.
Merc actually brought up a good point.
What?
How come half the videos aren't on this channel yet?
Oh shit. Okay, I will not lie. To be fair, some of them have fucking copyright claims on them, meaning I can't download them from my channel and put them up here.
Okay.
It's fucking bullshit.
Alright, so we're just pulling a nice Peter to ERB type situation.
Busted.
Yeah, something like that. We learned to match somewhere between 5 and 20.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Okay, do we want to put this video clip on? It's probably gonna get us a fucking copyright claim because it's fucking now this, but
Yeah, let's not. No, this fucking
Okay.
sucks.
yeah. That's what was
I hate-
one of the fucking claims was on one of the previous episodes was them. So
Damn.
I will
It was
happily
them.
I will happily read this fucking tweet though. Cause holy shit. Quote from Now This News. Jesus was a Palestinian Jewish rabbi. He was a person of color that was killed by white supremacy. This progressive inclusive church doubles as a brewery to raise funds for Planned Parenthood. You can't get any more left than that.
Are you like turning in your chair, facing
I
away
think
from the
he
mic,
is.
and then shouting as loud as you can
Yes, and tilting the mic to get that fucking
to get that effect?
to get that effect. It's not
Well
working,
played.
is it?
It's
No, it worked, it
kind of working. It's kind of working. It's doing well.
It worked.
Oh. Oh. I
Okay,
want to
did you-
stop, but there's more.
Okay, hold on. Let's just let's break this down, okay? He was killed by white supremacy.
Because apparently the Romans are Nazis. Somehow. Somehow Hitler went back in time and said, "Hey Caesar, you know, I can cut you a pretty good deal. You kill this bearded fucker over here, and I'll get back to you on that."
And your entire empire falls.
For some fucking
Now,
reason.
It took a few hundred years for that to happen, but it happened. Took a couple of generations.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Actually, what was the
Okay.
what was the life expectancy back then? Like 40?
I would say 50 would be pushing it.
Yeah.
Like if
So
if you're
was
lucky enough not
300
to be
years-
crucified.
I'd say it was like 10 or 11 generations then.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I'm reading more of this article. I'm just like, hold on, what the fuck? Okay, I gotta read these two little sentences here. According to Van Hall, Jesus was also a person of color that was killed by white supremacy. Yeah, that was in the tweet. An apparent reference to the Romans. Okay, so we're usually making every effort to be on the front lines for racial justice. Uh-huh.
Okay.
What's your stance on the Holocaust, my dude? It's... Van Hall
Wait. So to elaborate, wasn't the official religion of the Roman Empire at the time Judaism?
Oh shit, I don't know.
Pretty
Off the
sure
top
it
of my head?
was.
Well, the Romans had Roman Orthodoxy, which was its own kind of sect of Christianity. I don't know how close that was to Judaism.
You can't call it Christianity before Christ was accepted as
As a
the
saint.
Son of God.
Yeah, well, yeah, really.
So it was probably a version like of Judaism.
Was it Old or New Testament? I mean,
Old.
that's the that's the question. Is like, okay, which one do you follow?
Yeah, it was Old Testament.
But,
It would be Old Testament because New Testament didn't happen until Jesus happened.
I just like this next sentence because I know so many Christians who don't drink because of their religion. Van Hall characterized his church's planned move into the beer business as in keeping with his commitment to the Christian Messiah.
What the fuck?
That's what? Which denomination is he? Well, I guess if he's all about environmentalism and racial justice, it's his own fucking denomination of Christianity. Because what the fuck, man?
Indeed.
What would it look like to be a church that looked like the movement that Jesus started and not like the church that we know in America today? Pacifism. You'd be serving wine and not beer. Get it fucking right.
Right.
And you'd hate Egyptians. Wait, that's Moses. Fuck. I mean, who likes the Egyptians anyway?
Egyptians?
Yeah, exactly. No one likes the Egyptians. Not even the Egyptians. They're the fucking Tom Brady of Africa.
I mean, that's one way to say it.
No one likes Tom Brady, not even Tom Brady. I'm going to hell for this. Okay. Back to the article.
And Merck corrected us again.
Oh?
So at the time, it was still Roman paganism, so Jupiter was still their main focus.
Oh, fuck, that's right. You had the Roman pantheon and the Greek pantheon. And then Christ just somehow bulldozed his way in there.
I guess.
I mean, really. I know the Romans were all about incorporating gods from different religions.
That wasn't until after that, and they started moving north towards the British Isles.
Right.
Sending their...
Right, yeah. Sending their centurions out to build, was it Hadrian's Wall? I don't know. Landmarks are hard when you don't live in Britain. Out of this consistent questioning, this fucking article, man, came this model for a brewery church that generates funds for local charities. Legit question. Is Planned Parenthood a charity?
No.
Is it?
I don't know.
Is it a non-profit?
Pretty sure it has government funding.
So, going back to this tweet of a church brewery raising funds for Planned Parenthood, they claim they're for charity, but they give their money to a government-backed nonprofit. Better put on those tinfoil hats, gents. We're going for a ride.
Yeah. Rides are always fun.
Yeah, especially joy rides. Lest anyone question his motives, Van Hall has promised that 30 to 60% of the church's proceeds will go to charities. What charities? We can use the funds to give to local charities that people of all faiths, all sexual, all racial,
local charities,
and even all faith identities can support, he said. Okay.
Faith identities.
Faith identities. I sexually identify as an Apache helicopter worshiper.
So
Fight
they said
me, boy.
faith identities because apparently religion is now becoming a dirty word.
Apparently you can I guess you can be a sexual Christian. I don't know here. Identity doesn't have any meaning anymore.
Nope, sure doesn't.
Fucking A. Van Hall expressed excitement that the brewery church is slated to be built right below the local
Right below.
right below the local Planned Parenthood, which tops the list of organizations the church wants to donate to, despite the fact that many Christians oppose it for its role as an abortion provider. Oh, holy shit!
I have no words.
Oh my god.
Something tells me that this guy does not have any self-awareness whatsoever. Or any awareness whatsoever.
Oh my
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Planned Parenthood started as a eugenics program?
I think you're right.
Which is kind of racism embodied.
This must be that fourth crusade we've always wanted. Holy shit.
Wait, there were 3?
Oh,
I don't know how many there were.
That's great. That's great. So Merc said, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Lust? Question mark. ... Go upstairs."
Oh my Jesus Christ. That is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, this is a hot
my
take.
God. Extra fucking spicy. Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Merc, but I'm stealing this for Twitter.
Stealing this meme. Oh fuck.
I'm definitely stealing it.
We
I have to share this with the world.
we adore and support their efforts for giving healthcare to women, he said. Christianity has proven remarkably adaptive in the 2 millennia since it emerged in the Middle East, but the greater purpose churches claims to represent Jesus were too much for some Twitter users. Where in the Bible does it say, "And God said, kill babies"? I mean, one person was not buying that Jesus was a member of the feminist movement, which, while also multifaceted, is generally traced no further back than the 19th century. Someone can do their research. Unlike the guy running the fucking brewery. Good fucking lord.
So, Merc has said that someone needs to post this article in the Saints server.
Oh.
Do it, Pav.
Okay. I'll do it.
Or Pav.
Pav, get on it.
Pav is
I
doing it.
would, but
Where am I posting this? Am I posting it ship? I should post it in ship post.
You probably should.
Ship posting.
but tag both the Saints in it.
At Saint.
Oh boy. This fucking article. Oh man. Do I want to read these tweets or just move on?
No.
Okay. Someone else doubted that Van Hall is deeply versed in
Wait.
scripture.
Someone had a hot take. Someone else doubted that Van Hall was deeply versed in scripture. This tweet, replying to Now This News, have these guys ever opened a Bible, let alone read it?
It's pretty fucking obvious.
That's a no.
Well, my one question is, how drunk were they when they did it? Or how many levels of feminist irony were they on? Both are drugs, but one is more fun than the other. Jesus.
Wow,
fucking
both
Christ.
these tweets are actually pretty spicy.
Yeah. Jesus
Alright.
was a feminist.
That was probably the best opening article we've had for a while. What else? What's next on the roster?
Next up on the roster is... I'm going to let you read this one while I get a refill, but I'll open it up with a headline. MSNBC contributor says teachers shouldn't be armed because they might shoot minority students.
Oh, that one. All right, so this one is by Lorenzo Gazzola. Lorenzo Gazzola.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's how that reads.
Italiano
Uh,
inflection.
And the opening phrase is, advocates are very worried about the racial impacts this would have.
Okay, I'll be back in a second.
Alcindor, okay, go ahead. Alcindor was part of a panel discussing a New York Times report that the Education Department is considering policy change that would permit states to use federal funds to purchase guns for teachers and school workers. That's a mouthful of a sentence. Alcindor elaborated. Am I saying that right? Alcindor elaborated why liberal activists are strongly opposed to the proposition, which would be a reversal of a long-standing federal guideline. One objection Alcindor raised was that arming teachers could make classrooms more dangerous for students of color. Advocates are very worried about the racial impacts this will have. If you start arming teachers, there are black and brown students who are being disciplined more than white counterparts. You could then start seeing statistics where potentially black students are getting shot or in accidents when their teachers are trying to shoot or do gun safety measures.
What? What? What?
Right?
That take though, that just complete flip. Oh yeah, no, if we are teachers, they might shoot black kids.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It goes on. Why? Alcindor is making quite a leap from pointing to racial discrepancies in the attitude of students from different backgrounds to worrying that these discrepancies might translate into a fatal racial classroom slaughter. Whether or not arming teachers is a wise solution to the tragically reoccurring horror of school shootings, Alcindor might be doing a disservice to her own position by injecting what to some may seem as unwarranted racial impact or panic. Why did I say impact? Racial panic. You think? Play by play. Alcindor about Education Secretary Betsy DeVos. DeVos? DeVos. Secretary DeVos was very controversial coming in and someone who had a very opinionated view of how the federal education system should be run, and now she's carrying this out in a very quiet way, much like Jeff Sessions. They are doing what they said they were going to be doing.
And that's a bad thing?
No.
What's that? A politician keeping their promises?
Right?
What
That's
the
pretty
fuck?
rare in and of itself. Alcindor on the racial aspect. Advocates are very worried about the racial impacts this will have. If you start arming teachers, there are black and brown students who are being disciplined more than their white. We already read that. Except it was early in the article and they reposted it.
Yeah.
She concluded, so there's an idea that the NAACP and other advocacy groups say, not only are we looking at this as an issue, but it's also the idea that racially it's going to be a problem. And that's where the article ends.
Well, that was disappointing. There's so much more fucking page space.
Well, yeah, and it's all taken up by ads.
Fucking A.
Well, not ads, but links to other articles that they've done. But it's one of those watch ones. It's not really...
Not really a full-on article. Well, we can watch this clip, because this...
Yeah, let's go ahead and watch it.
Alright. Let's get this all squared up in the... Okay, Windows good. Oh, fuck. I don't have permission to access this content. What the hell? Oh. No script. There's your problem.
You have a script blocker.
Yeah, I do.
And that's what's the problem.
Refresh faster, please. I mean, it's nice because I don't get viruses ever. Okay. Now things are getting weird. Okay. What the fuck did I do? Only 2 scripts running. Oh, there we go. Where's the video? Here we go.
All right.
God damn it. Fucking God.
It's still blank.
Yeah. It's loaded on my
Okay.
end now, so.
Okay. I'm seeing it.
There it is.
Come on. Work
Republicans
with
want to be
me.
talking about either.
Stop
And
fucking
Erica,
it up,
you know
Buck.
this really well, and I want to talk about this a bit more because when you look at some of the polling numbers,
Format's a work in
56% of
progress
Americans
here.
are against arming school teachers. But I want to talk about what DeVos,
Always.
Secretary DeVos has been doing,
episodes in.
because sometimes that does
Come
fly
on
under
now,
the radar,
Buck.
right? As that
Come
we do
on.
here on the show. She, for example,
Format
has
is
lifted
always a work
regulatory
in
scrutiny
progress.
of predatory for-profit colleges. You've reported she's begun dismissing civil rights cases in the name of
Always.
efficiency.
And,
She's proposing
okay,
rules
so-
that would cut student loan relief by an estimated $13 billion. And Axios claims that the Education Department is ignoring mistreatment of transgender students. Where is our federal education system going under Secretary DeVos and the Trump administration? Yamiche, Erica?
I mean, I think that the one thing that's very interesting
are
is
you
that
silent?
Secretary DeVos was someone who was very controversial when she was coming in.
Hush.
She's someone who had a very
I don't
opinionated view of
know.
how the federal education
I
system
was
should
at a
be
loss
run,
for
and now
words
she's
because
carrying this
we're
out in a very
listening to
quiet
this.
way. She's doing
We're
much
trying
like Jeff
to. Hang
Sessions.
on.
They're doing what they said they were going to be doing, and there are some people that I've talked to, some advocates who are very worried about the impacts that this will have.
We're listening
you look
to
at
it.
Erica's reporting. If you start arming teachers and you look at the statistics and say that there are black and brown students
This
who are
is-
being
this is
who
basically
are
just
being
going over-
who are being disciplined
This is
more
just a
than their
video of
white
what-
counterparts, you could then start seeing
What we
statistics
just read.
I
where
already read.
potentially black students
So
are getting
there's not really
shot
much
or
of a
in
point of
accidents
watching it.
when
You
their
can
teachers
stop it now.
Okay, stop.
Holy.
Stop. Potentially. Not they will be shot
Potentially.
more. Potentially. They could be shot more.
Well,
Who
I
put
mean,
you on the fucking table?
I
Holy
I-
shit.
I really don't I just don't know where to go with this. It's
It's so retarded.
the whole reason why I don't think that the teachers themselves should be armed is because, you know, teachers,
Yeah.
kids are brutal. You know, they will drive you insane, especially when you have that many of them that are responsible at the same time.
Yeah.
But really,
if you want my 2 cents, I think that teachers should have the right to arm themselves in the classroom, but it should not be a requirement. Does that make sense?
requirement, it does.
Because
I think that
sometimes with the right-wing outlets I hear, we need to arm teachers, and I take that to mean teachers need firearms training. It's like, no, 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 no.
well, I think everybody should have firearms training.
No, I agree. I do agree. But I don't think that firearms training should be part of your training as an educator.
Requirements?
Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. No, I mean,
Unless you want to be a firearms instructor, then hey, here's a firing range, here's like 6 different guns, learn how to use them.
yeah, I mean, I think that I personally think that concealed carry laws should extend to everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think it should be like they're out and out arming teachers to protect the students.
Yeah.
It's like if
Yeah.
you're going to arm the teachers to protect the students, you should probably end up paying them more than you're paying them right now, because you're also paying them to
Put their
to
lives in danger.
put their lives in danger to protect the lives of others. And
Yes.
I think the police and the military should get paid more than what they're getting paid to do just that. But, you know, that's just how I see it.
But I do think that if a teacher chooses to carry on campus, 1, he shouldn't be penalized for it, and 2, if he wants to take the defense of his students into his own hands, I think that's his right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
all right.
I think we've
Talking
think
about
we've-
teachers and ones who shouldn't have guns, It's teacher. I fucking love this.
Since that was a short one, I'll read this one too.
Yeah.
Teacher punishes a 10-year-old student who called her ma'am. It wasn't right. It wasn't professional. A North Carolina teacher punishes a 10-year-old student who is suffering from memory loss for repeatedly calling her ma'am after she told him not to. Local outlet ABC 11 reported Thursday.
Okay.
The
That
unnamed.
twist.
That's
Yeah.
That's either way. That's kind of messed up because who are you going to listen to? Your mom, who literally beat you with a shoe in order to get you to keep to call adults ma'am and sir, or your teacher?
Who's
See,
a bitch?
What gets me is that sir and ma'am aren't. They're not lacking in professionalism. It's politeness. It's just.
How is ma'am not professional? When
I don't
did that
know.
happen?
No. I think what this is saying is it wasn't right. It wasn't professional. Punishing him for doing it.
Oh, okay.
Right. But at the same time, when
Or
I
maybe-
see calling someone ma'am is like her claims it's not professional, I'm like, how? It's a polite thing. Like, I go to a job site, ladies in charge,
All right,
I
let's-
say yes,
let's keep
ma'am.
reading.
So
Let's keep reading.
Yeah.
The unnamed teacher at Northeast Carolina Preparatory School in Tarboro was unaware that 5th grader Tamarian Wilson had been hospitalized in July for seizure-related activity that caused hallucinations and memory loss. She disciplined Tamarian by instructing him to write the word ma'am 4 times per line on the front and back of a loose-leaf sheet of paper and getting his parents to sign the document.
what?
Wow.
Hold the fuck up there,
Tamarian-
Umbridge.
Yeah. Tamarian, that's a nice reference, by the way. Tamarian was also asked to write the definition of ma'am on a second sheet of paper. Tamarian's parents, concerned after seeing their son looking ashamed and disappointed, spoke with the teacher and the school's principal on Wednesday. They told ABC 11 that they teach their children to refer to elders as sir and ma'am. Called it. As any Southern parents would do. It wasn't right. It wasn't professional. As a teacher, it wasn't appropriate. And I asked her why she thought it was okay to do that. Tamarian's mother, Teresa Wilson, told ABC 11. The school has released a statement in response to the incident. This is a personal matter
is an
which has been
incident?
handled appropriately by the K7 principal. The statement read. I mean, it's... If you're... This is just something that you need to know about the South. Parents teach their kids to say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and to refer to adults as sir and ma'am. That's it. It's part of the culture.
Well, hell, that's what I was taught, and I live out on the fucking West Coast.
Yeah. But it's one of those things that is seen much more in the South than anywhere else, and I've gone to school where else, dude.
It's the word ma'am.
What
Yeah.
would you prefer,
I'm still
Zer?
stuck on this. What?
It doesn't go into that, but the school's K7 principal identified on Northeast Carolina Preparatory's website as Dr. Vernita Williams granted Teresa Wilson's request to have her son moved to a different classroom.
Good.
Bravo frickin' Bo. At
Fucking
2014, a 2014 Harris poll revealed that Americans believe modern-day students are less respectful of teachers than they were in the past. When they were in school, 91% of respondents said that parents and teachers respected each other, but when asked about today, only 49% said parents respect teachers.
Oh, not students. Parents respect teachers. Yeah, I can
Teachers-
attest to this.
Yeah, I can attest to it as well. But either way, this is just one of those things. It's holy crap. I mean, you want these kids to respect you, but when the kids that are respecting you are being punished for that, holy crap.
So, story time on my end. my mom used to teach second grade, and she had an instance where she had a really reckless kid, just like
Define reckless.
like starting fights, poking kids, being told not to poke kids but doing it anyway, just acting out of line. Like, okay, come on, you know not
So
to
that's
do
less.
these things.
That's less reckless and more belligerent.
Okay, belligerent, but getting to the point of his parents, you know, they do the PTA meetings every so often, and you know, my mom's got, I think, I don't remember the kid's name. I'm gonna call him Billy for the sake of safety. So
Sure.
Billy and his mom come in for the PTA meeting, and my mom brings up Billy's reckless behavior, and Billy's mom says, well, his dad is in the Navy. He doesn't get to see his dad ever so often, so that's why he's reckless. And my mom goes, hold on. My husband's a maritime engineer. He has gone 6 months a year, and my kids turned out just fine.
Owned.
Uh,
Freaking
yeah.
owned. So
Yes.
this is a bit where I'm starting to get a little irritated with a pluralist.
Uh-huh.
It comes down to the Atlantic's Julia Ryan posed a potential explanation for this. Okay, it was going back to that survey that they were talking
Okay.
about. Never mind. Today's controversy, suspicion, and accusation plague education from the kindergarten classroom to the federal level policies. She said, teachers are fighting against the Common Core state standards, which they should. In
Common
fact,
Core
they
is
should
garbage.
be fighting. They should be fighting against Common Core in general because it's garbage. Students are staging walkout protests in New Orleans, and parents are yanking their kids out of standardized testing. Ryan
Good.
continued. Maybe declining respect among teachers, administrators, students, and parents has played a role in bringing so many debates to the forefront of American schools. Yeah. I don't have anything to add to that.
Have you
I
seen
mean,
the?
I disagree. I disagree that that has anything to do with the declining respect. I think
Yeah.
the decline in respect has more to do with the fact that parents are just not teaching their kids to be respectful these days.
Right. Well, have you seen
'Cause
the? Have you seen the new?
I can
Go
Go
on.
ahead.
Go on. Finish your point, and I'll finish mine.
Right. I can tell you right now that, back when I was in school, you had the occasional parent who would come in and treat the teacher as a glorified babysitter,
Yeah.
but that was the fringe. You'd have one or two parents like that, the really entitled ones, who expected the teacher to be raising their kid instead of them, right? Nowadays, it's, from what I've seen, from what I've heard from people that I know are teachers, that's more the common, where the fringe are the ones that are actually,
Yeah.
respectful to the teacher and actually have conversations with the teacher and whatnot.
No shit. When I was in high school, I remember there was a day in my English class of all things, where
Hey, isn't that what you have a useless degree in? I kid.
So one day I show up to class. We had to have an essay done. I think it was on Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. Whatever it was. I show up with my essay in my hand, ready to go. I shit you not, I was the only student to hand it in. This was 9th grade. I hand it in, and the teacher just sitting there like, where's the rest? And she goes, okay, hold on. Did only one of you turn in a paper? And all the students look at her like, what, there was a paper due today? Yes. So in the span of about 45 minutes, she walks them down to the computer lab to make them write an essay, I got to sit in a fucking empty classroom and just play my fucking DS for the better part of an hour. Because I was the only one who
Nice.
turned in a fucking paper. Just like, what the fuck?
Unfortunately, I would have been that one student that one of the students that she walked down to the computer lab, but I would also have been that one student that would have been done in 5 minutes.
Fair enough.
Because I hate writing so much, I actually got pretty good at it while I was in school. I wanted to get it over quickly. I still hate writing.
That's still a skill. But
Well, yeah, I mean, I've never had problem belting out an essay once I actually sat down to do it.
yeah,
It was just getting me to sit down and do it.
I've had people tell me
Yeah.
like, you should submit these essays. Like this was in high school. You should submit these essays to the state senator. And I'm like, why?
You broke up there.
It was
Some of us didn't hear what you said.
So I wrote an essay. Like, okay, here's the kicker. I had to read the autobiography of Malcolm X while I was in high school, my junior year. I wrote an essay on it, and my teacher was like, you should send this to the state senate on why we need this. I'm like, I disagree with all the shit in his book. What? What do you want about? What is this? Have you seen the?
Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat on reading the chat while you're going on about stuff that.
Stuff at public schools. Have you seen the method of Common Core addition?
Mm-hmm.
It involves
Yes.
subtraction.
In math.
It
In
involves
math?
fraction, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Back in my day, you didn't start on fractions until you had addition.
yeah. Fuck, I had problems with multiplication for the longest time, and substitution. Like I won't lie, I was fucking garbage at algebra. Because I couldn't get over there being letters and numbers in the same place.
Yeah, I actually took the algebra pretty easily. The letter's a placeholder. That's all it is.
I would keep getting the letters mixed up. When you added two variables, I'd be like,
Yeah.
So it just
I
it's so
remember-
crazy.
I remember at one point I actually had to teach. Yeah, it was my girlfriend at the time. I taught my girlfriend how to do quadratic equations over the phone.
Yeah?
How?
I walked her through it step by step.
No,
I can never explain anything over the phone. Ever.
No, my best friend.
Don't think I could do it again.
My best friend was
haven't-
giving me he was giving me chemistry lessons over the phone. And my parents were paying him to tutor me because I couldn't do chemical balancing.
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass.
Trying to keep that all straight. I mean, the AP chemistry class at my high school was garbage because, okay, so here's how it worked at my high school is they didn't have enough students to make a full chemistry AP course. So what they did is they just took the basic chem class, delegated a certain section of seating off for the AP kids and went, okay, go learn the book on your own. And every so often, the chem teacher would come in to check with us, and she wasn't a bad teacher. It's not her fault. She just had to teach two classes at once, and she did not want to do that. They also wanted her to teach algebra at the same time. And it's like, what the fuck?
So for me, we didn't have AP or honor roll chemistry, whatever it was.
Yeah.
We had Chem 1, Chem 2, and then occasionally if they had enough students who had A's in in both Chem 1 and Chem 2 and wanted to take Chem 3, they'd have Chem 3.
Yeah.
Because in Chem 3, one of the final grade, instead of having a final exam, the final grade was you went to a classroom in an elementary school and you did chemistry experiment demonstrations.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember 90% of chemistry beyond valence electrons and why, acids are acids, and bases are bases, and ions and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Chem 3 was mainly focused on polymers. What makes
Oh, I
a
remember that.
polymer, the different types of polymers that they have, why they're so useful, and why they've become such a standard material in this day and age, right?
Yeah.
And my I had a hard time choosing between these two projects because you have one of the projects was a Newtonian fluid. You know what that is?
No, I don't.
I might be mixing it up, but it's basically when it doesn't have pressure or force applied to it, it acts like a fluid. But when
Oh,
you
okay.
apply
I get you.
pressure to
Yeah.
it or force to it, it acts like a solid. And the reason for that is because it's a polymer chain molecule,
Right.
non-Newtonian. Merck just said Newtonian or non-Newtonian. Not sure which one, Merck. But the way it works is it's basically a non-aligned polymer chain molecule suspended in a liquid, so that, yeah, non-Newtonian fluid, that
Okay.
one, so that when you apply pressure to it, all of the polymer chains are lined up in such a way whereas they cannot flow the way a normal liquid would flow.
Right.
And the other one, it was basically a tangled chain. You know the trick where you take Elmer's white glue, mix it with water and borax, and you get this slime mold stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the other project, and the way that works is it's a tangled chain, so it's sticky and it holds together, but it still also flows like a liquid.
Right.
And those were the two I couldn't really choose between, but chemistry was really, really fun and really cool. We're actually, doing stuff, but I don't know, a lot of the math just didn't stick with me.
What I liked was physics, because you had a certain level of intuition.
See, I couldn't take physics. I wasn't allowed to take physics because I didn't go through all the prerequisite algebra classes. They wouldn't let me take algebra 2 because while I could pass the tests and pass the exams and demonstrate that I had the knowledge,
Right.
I didn't pay attention in class and I didn't do the homework because everything that the teacher was trying to teach me, I had already learned like 3 times.
Yeah.
It was like the third class that I was being forced to go through.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it really made her mad when she would call on me while I wasn't paying attention to do an equation. I would just walk up and do the equation.
Just knock it
So-
out of the park and be like, "That's how you do it." I don't know how I did it, but that's how you do it.
No, I knew exactly how to do it too. No, she had me explain it, and I explained it, and I think I actually explained it a lot better than she did because, like, half the class that didn't understand suddenly understood.
Listen, if I had a student who could do that, I'd be like, yes, fucking bravo. Please, take my job. I don't want to be here anymore anyway. But, what was it? When it comes to physics, linear algebra fucked me up. Like, physics, I could get because you have a certain level of intuition. Like, okay, let's say you're tasked to calculate how fast a plane is flying and you get 20 miles an hour. You know that plane ain't flying. But with linear algebra, at least when I was at tech school, they just use arbitrary values. Like, a particle is moving at a speed of 2. It's like, okay, relative to what? Doesn't matter. It's moving at a speed of 2. Do all these things, get a number that has to have units behind it, and it's like, I don't know if this is right. I have no idea.
I can't put a unit behind it if I don't have a unit to work off of.
It was like you had a speed and then a unit value that you have to use the speed to get. Fucking linear algebra.
That's the big that's the big thing is like it's going at a speed of 2. 2 what?
Yeah, and
because
that's the thing.
Speed is relative. Is it 2 kilometers an hour?
So
2 miles per hour? Is it 2 light years per hour? Which is impossible.
I heard this line from an engineer. Linear algebra is designed to make you feel insignificant. That's it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's okay if you can do math with lines, fine, great, but most people can't because there's no units to work with, or there's arbitrary units to work with.
So
you use it more for graphics, I think, than anything. But
we've gone off on a massive tangent.
Yes, we have.
Yes, you have.
I think it is time for us to move to the next article because we had 10, now 8 again.
Yeah.
Well, I was not here for school shit. Fuck off.
Dude, you sound drunk as shit.
We're just here to fucking.
That was intentional. That was heavily intentional.
He's flexing those acting chops.
All right, so a coffee grinder is about to start going.
Okay.
So if you guys can hear it, I apologize. It's just one of those things that you're gonna have to deal with, because I don't mind it, so you won't mind it. Yeah.
All right, next article. Because this is such a Portland article. Portland area police identify bearded transgender suspect as a woman. Quote, wow, she has facial hair. Right there. You can fucking stop.
Oh. I'm sorry. This, if you're transgendered and you're trying to pass as a woman, at least maybe.
Listen, you either go full Blair White or you don't.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Because at least Blair White could fool me.
It's like this person isn't even trying.
I shit you not. I had fucking
that's also male hair. Is that wait? So that picture is supposed to be a woman?
Yeah.
I feel really bad for saying that, but
and
what
I saw many students like this at Western who would come in like, earrings, makeup, blush, 5 o'clock shadow. Oh, I'm a girl today, and I'd be like, you might want to re-roll your diplomacy check there. Or I'd go down to the corner store and pass a guy that's in a fucking low cut gingham dress, blue pattern, plaid, with army boots and a full fucking Viking beard, going, I'm a woman. Nibba, you're not fooling anybody.
That's entertaining to hear.
I'm so confused.
I can give you more examples. I'll stop at this. 3 words. Evergreen State College.
All right, let's.
That's all you need.
Going.
All right, well, go ahead.
Oh.
Actually, I think we want Paul to read this one.
I'm not reading shit. Go ahead.
He's learning. He's learning.
He is learning.
Oh.
All right, Buck, go ahead.
Portland area police created confusion by identifying a transgender suspect simply as a woman, even though her mugshot showed a bearded man. I like how they're using the quote-unquote, fight me on this boy, wrong pronouns.
Right.
Her mugshot showed a bearded man. Well, that should tell you what the fucking pronouns are. Shouldn't it? Anyway, moving on.
Man. Him.
Yeah.
His. He.
Zim,
He.
zim, zab, zuber, bop. Those are my pronouns.
You know, you could almost pass as Bill Cosby.
I was trying.
take the pronouns and you get rid of them and you zip, zab, zuber, bop. That's how you get a rape victim.
Pav, your Bill Cosby is better than your Undoomed.
Did you say Pop?
Pop.
Are you drunk?
Who the fuck? I don't sound anything like Pop. What's wrong with you?
Actually, I was saying that to mess with Buck, but you know, I am getting a little tipsy.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Okay,
All right,
where the
let's keep
fuck
going,
was I?
guys.
Caden E. Moore, 19, was arrested Sunday in the Raleigh Hills neighborhood in the Portland metropolitan area after she allegedly approached a group of people at a park and pointed a firearm at them, which is a good idea all the time. She told police she was playing a prank, but the members of the group said they did not know her. It's just a prank, bruh.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
It's just a prank. I'm just pointing a loaded firearm at you.
Man. The confusion began when Moore, who was charged with menacing, was identified as a woman in the Washington County Sheriff's Office report, which did not mention her being transgender. Local news outlets subsequently referred to her as a woman and published her mugshot, in which she appears masculine and bearded without further explanation.
No explanation needed.
Jeff Kirsch, who reported the arrest for KATU, told Pluralist on Monday that he identified Moore as a woman in the article because the sheriff's office told him that was her strong preference. The Portland police are going the way of...
Someone looking to get that light sentence due to having vagina.
The Portland police are going the way of the fucking UK police. Jesus Christ. I called them with questions. I called them with questions because it clearly looked more like a man, and they said, well, she's transgender and she identifies as a woman, and she made it very clear she wanted to be identified as such, Kirsch said.
It's not a pretty woman.
Props to the man for
Pretty
trying
woman.
to be accurate.
Walking down the
Down the street, pretty woman.
A girl
Do
I'd
I
like
get him
to
go?
beat.
Beats.
Beat?
You know, heard that one before.
Oh, this is getting. I'm gonna owe YouTube money after this. Another Portland news outlet, CBS affiliate, KOIN6, also referred to Moore as a woman, without noting that she is transgender, but a representative declined to comment. Okay. Fox News 12, for its part, avoided the issue of Moore's gender identity entirely, simply calling her a suspect in person. Fine. The description of Moore as a woman left some Twitter users baffled. One commenter on KATU News tweeted the article noted her beard. KATU News. Deputies arrest woman who said she was playing a prank when she pulled a gun on strangers. Trevor Chuck. Wow, she has facial hair. I mean, to be fair, there were lots of girls at Western who had facial hair.
Yeah.
And they weren't even
But
trying to
it's-
pass. Oh, man. Sergeant Bob Ray said his Washington County Sheriff's Office follows specific policy and procedural guidelines when it comes to identifying the gender of suspects, but he declined to explicate them and could not provide Moore's legal gender. Okay.
Okay.
Oregon has relatively liberal policies, you don't say, on legal recognition of transgender identity, requiring only a notarized doctor's note.
Imagine my shock.
You heard it. You heard it here, folks. Oregon is Diet Canada.
Diet. No. Oregon is to Canada that Alaska is to the buddy.
They have lots
To
of
the
rain.
what?
No, they're separated by a country.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Otherwise, there's no difference between them.
Yeah. Okay. The press
All
generally
right, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad.
didn't quite land.
I admit it didn't land.
Moving on. The press,
It crashed and burned before it hit the runway.
like Post Malone's jet.
Yeah.
But all right.
The press generally respects a person's self-identified gender, but there is less clarity on when a person should be identified as transgender. GLAAD's media guidelines state that news outlets should not mention that a suspect is transgender unless it is relevant to the crime. I can see that.
Yeah.
According to
I can get behind that. That's fine.
Yeah. According to GLAAD, trans status, like any other minority status, is only relevant to a crime story if it played a role in the crime itself. It's just like video games, honestly.
Pretty much.
Neither the American public nor legal system have reached consensus on transgender rights. Liberals have generally pushed for gender preferences, male, female, or otherwise, to be fully accommodated. Conservatives have argued that such demands undermine language and logic, not to mention morality.
Yes. Not sure on the morality part, but language and logic.
I've done an entire video on why they doesn't work as a singular pronoun.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my earliest.
I know. I watched it.
So, oh my god.
I know. I watched it. I watched it.
Oh my god.
Just letting you know, I watched it.
Oh my
Let me just-
damn.
And it was
Let me
and
just
it
say
was
it again. I watched it.
and it was that bad.
Hey, Buck.
Yeah.
Buck. Did I mention that I watched that video?
No, better say it again so the audience can hear you.
Everybody, I watched Pov's video.
What'd I do?
Nothing. Nothing.
Oh,
Don't worry about
shit.
it.
Okay. And we're going to move on to the last article for the night.
Have I become meme yet?
Have I
I have become
meme?
meme destroy of forums.
All right. You said we had one more article to do?
Uno más, señor.
Why did you guys just go silent?
Because he said uno mas. I think he went to go be Daddy Floorbuck for a couple minutes.
I
about that
really
long.
hope not. it just went completely silent for like a solid minute.
It was more of like 15 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, a solid minute is an expression. Calm the fuck down.
Use
All right.
more apt descriptions of expressions and such.
All right. Oh, he needs to reformat it, but I shall read the opening title. John Goodman says Dan will be sad because his wife's dead on the coroners.
How sad. On the Connors.
Yes, Jesse Connors.
So, as most of us are probably aware, the reboot of Roseanne died because Roseanne Barr said some really stupid shit. And so they fired her and canceled her show. Now to the article, now that the background has actually been established. So CNN, John Goodman minces no words in his first public comments since ABC canceled Roseanne in a cloud of controversy, saying he was broken-hearted by the events that took place after Roseanne Barr's well-publicized Twitter tirade. I went through a period about a month where I was very depressed, Goodman told the UK Sunday Times in his first interview since the reboot was axed and later rebranded The Connors, minus star Barr. I'm a depressive anyway, so any excuse that I can get to lower myself, I will. But that had a great deal to do with it, more than I wanted to admit. ABC made the decision to cancel its top performing Roseanne reboot after Barr wrote a series of derogatory tweets about Valerie Jarrett, Chelsea Clinton, and George Soros. Yeah, she said some things. The Connors, a spin-off, will not feature Barr and center on the rest of the family. It was picked up by the network in June. Barr will have no financial or creative input in the new series. It was widely believed that the new show would kill off Barr's character, a rumor Goodman seemed to either confirm or speculate could be true. Asked of his character, yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to have to do something with the character if they're going to be doing The Connors without Roseanne Barr. Asked of his character, Dan's future in the new series, Goodman said, I guess he'll be being sad because his wife's dead. He also defended Barr, saying he knows for a fact that she's racist. Probably true. After the new series was picked up, the remaining cast members released a statement thanking fans for the tremendous amount of art. Pretty sure most of the fans, the actual fans, were saying, don't fire Roseanne Barr.
I'm gonna be honest. I never really followed the show.
I
didn't know
love the
anything
show.
about it.
Dude, I watched the first 9 seasons, I think it was, growing up, and I loved it. And I think the show Roseanne actually had a very big influence on our own family dynamic and kind of how I am as a person nowadays, which might explain a lot, actually. Huh. So it's the fault of TV that I'm such an asshole. Yeah, okay. Goodman said he was. I skipped a part. It's clear that these characters not only have a place in our hearts, but in the audience. Statement said. Goodman said he has not had contact with Barr since the controversy, aside from an email he sent her after she relinquished her rights to the series. I sent her an email and thanked her for that. I did not hear anything back, but she was going through hell at the time, he said, and she's still going through hell. And that's there's really not much to really say on this. The Connors will premiere on Tuesday, October 16th at 8 p.m. on ABC. For a CNN article, this is actually really freaking tame.
Yeah, there wasn't really much here. Like, there was no snide remarks. There was no commentary about his comment about how she's going through hell.
This is actually really good reporting on their part because it's just relaying the facts.
Yeah. Well, okay. So walk me through this. Okay. So Roseanne Barr is the main character of the show Roseanne that was rebooted recently, like last year.
Yep.
It was a conservative leaning show.
Like, it was very traditionally family oriented, conservative leaning. However, it was while it was conservative leaning, it still dealt with issues like social issues of today, such as drug problems, uh, accepting kids for who they are problems, teaching kids the importance of doing what you're supposed to do. It's like there was one episode where their grandkid, he's a little weird, right? He wears what he wants. He acts the way he wants to act. He wears skirt stuff, but he still sees himself as a boy, right?
Okay.
He wants to wear these things and be
Pretty.
hey, well, but he's in this episode. Dan, John Goodman's character, has been paid by one of the neighbors to build a birdhouse in as like an exact replica birdhouse of their house, and his grandson wants to do it, so he lets the grandson go do it. Well, the grandson, instead of doing what he was paid to do, does what he wants to do, which is some weird topsy-turvy. What's the name of those labyrinthine pictures where you have the stairs coming out of at all weird, crazy angles and whatnot? Let's call it a postmodern art piece, either way. But he does a postmodern art piece instead of a what he was hired and directed to do. And it goes through the whole process of, you were paid to do this. This is what you should have done. Instead, you did this with the materials that were given to do this. So now we're out the money for these materials, and I have to redo the job to make sure it's actually done right. And he doesn't even really, he doesn't sugarcoat. That's not what you're supposed to do. What the heck? This is what you were supposed to do. This is what you said you were going to do. This is not how the real world works. They pay you to do a job. You do that job according to the way they want you to do it.
Right.
Do your modern art piece on your own time with your own materials.
Right.
What did I walk into?
I'm describing what the new Dan actually. It was a conservative show. However, it still incorporates modern issues into the show while still, falling back on traditional values and the importance of responsibility, how current drug use, it's like, I think the number one abused drugs in the country are actually prescription painkillers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it deals with that kind of issue, a whole bunch of different stuff, like single parenthood, and a whole bunch of stuff. It's a good show. It's a really good show.
That's what I heard.
Now I want to go back and I want to actually go back and watch it. So if you guys haven't watched it, I highly suggest it, including to y'all in the audience, especially if you watched the original series and loved it.
And on that, I can recommend Last Man Standing if you want some good, just good comedy.
I used to watch Last Man Standing with my parents, but they're since like not really doing anything with them anymore. I haven't really picked up the show again. Did it stay pretty consistent? As it kept going?
Yeah, it did. And they've got picked up by Fox for additional seasons after ABC canceled them despite high ratings.
Yeah, ABC seems to have a track record with canceling conservative-leaning TV shows, even though it has really high ratings.
Yeah, but it's ABC. I mean,
I honestly hesitate to say that Last Man Standing was conservative leaning.
No,
Tim Allen's
'cause
character was conservative.
Last Man Standing was not a conservative leaving. Last Man Standing was a really, really conservative show.
Yeah. But it was still fucking funny. Because I
yeah.
think the writers did a really good job of kind of lampooning both sides.
Yeah, they did.
yeah,
Tim, what's his name? Tim what?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. I keep thinking Taylor because of
Tim the
Home
Dual-Time
Improvement.
Taylor.
Yeah, I loved that show too. It was great.
Yeah, that was
hilarious.
a good show.
See, that's the '90s TV that I miss. It's like Home
Yeah.
Improvement. Every once in a while, I actually get the wild hair to actually watch Friends, the show. Freaking Frasier was pretty good. That was early '90s though.
When no one gave a fuck.
It was all really good TV. I mean, the production quality wasn't super. You know, a lot of the times the shows were written pretty half-assed, but it was still entertaining. And wasn't one of the Taylor kids the one who actually popularized the undercut
I don't know.
back in the '90s, and then it was Vikings that popularized it?
I can neither confirm nor deny this because I'm a fucking country kid.
Okay. So let me ask you a question, Buck. How come you haven't gotten an undercut like the rest of us?
Because I don't like how it looks.
Why not?
Fag.
I don't think I can see myself rocking that.
I mean, you have long enough hair to where you'd be able
In
to style
fact-
it really well.
In fact, your hair already is like shoulder length, right? So you don't have to go through that awkward period where half of your hair decides to flop down in front of your face.
No, I have hair ties for that.
Yeah. Well, my hair's not long enough for me to tie it back yet.
Me neither.
Mine's not.
My
either.
hair is
I can
my
tie
hair is
my.
only just long enough. My hair is only just long enough to be reaching the middle of my ears, or, in other words, cover my eyes completely.
No, mine's longer than that.
I am literally going through a jar of forming cream a month right now to make sure that my hair stays out of my face, because right now my job, I don't have a hat that I can wear while I'm at work. They still haven't given me one yet. It sucks. I love my hair.
Can you
I
not
love the
use
way
your
my
own
hair
hat?
is. No, it's got to be a specific hat,
Gay.
and I don't have one yet, which is making me sad because I want one. Because reasons. And I like the way my hair looks when I've got it pulled back and pasted down and everything, but because of the amount I sweat, usually by 11 o'clock in the morning, it's just doing whatever the fuck it wants anyways.
Yes, where my hair is.
don't have any
I
volume as well.
do kind of a Viking ponytail where like I just pull the bangs back and tie them off, and that's all I need.
Well, just imagine that, except without all the hair on the sides of your head, and there you go.
Boom. It
And
looks good.
No,
I
it
think it
doesn't.
works for your
does.
face.
No, I want.
I don't know
I
what
want
his
the
face
hair
looks
behind
like,
my
so I
ears
can't.
going back past my neck. I like that look. I like the
Okay.
shaggy Viking look.
Okay,
The-
so
you can
so
grab
what
my
you're
hair and
saying
swing me
is
around like a fucking.
so what you're saying is you want a mullet.
No,
You sure?
I want it long in the front too.
Okay. So you're going for a Geralt of
Riviera.
Oh, fuck. Riviera.
Geralt-
Going for a Witcher look, yes.
Geralt of Rivera. Yes. Okay.
He just needs a beard.
I like that
That's-
look.
Well, he can't grow a beard.
He needs to figure it out.
I don't know.
I need to
think he
train
just
my
needs-
chin to grow it in the right places. Which
Well,
means
you could
I just
just
need
hit
to
it
pour
with-
fucking whiskey all over my chin, then it will grow properly.
No,
That's
no,
not
no.
how that
get
works.
Get that Rogaine. Get that
See,
Rogaine
that-
going.
The whiskey puts hair on the chest, not on the face
But
or your knuckles. One of the two. Pick one.
so you're saying if I drink whiskey, I'll just become Robin Williams. I'll just become short, hairy, and depressed.
No, unfortunately, you'll never be that funny.
No, I won't.
No, I mean he could work on it. Like
He could. The funny part.
I gotta have the happy smile and the depressed eyes. And
Yeah, you're making me sad now because I loved Robin Williams.
we all
so did I.
We all did.
So did I. Fucking hell.
All right, well, I think that is the conclusion of tonight's show, guys.
What a note to end on.
Right,
Mhm.
bastard. We don't really say this very often. In fact, I think this is the first time one of us is actually going to say this. If you guys like watching our show, make sure that to like the show, hit that thumbs up button, share it with your friends. And when one of us tweets out that we're getting ready to do a show, retweet it. Get other people interested in taking a look because we love doing this, and
We
we're
do, we
probably
honestly do.
going to, we're probably going to keep doing it whether we've got a show or not, or not a show, but
An audience or not.
an audience or
Yeah.
not. But
it's therapeutic
it
in
makes
some
it
ways.
it makes it more fun when we have an audience, because there's been a couple of shows that we've done where we've had nobody watching.
I blame
And-
I blame marketing and,
I-
the inability to market.
Yeah,
Don't blame me.
Well, I was going to blame you, but I thought marketing sounded a little bit less accusatory.
Yeah.
Am I marketing or HR here? I haven't figured this shit out yet.
Well, no, you're marketing. I'm HR. Well,
Oh,
okay, I
great.
can't be HR.
So yeah, guys,
No.
just do us that favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell if you really want to, because apparently hitting that bell makes it so you don't unsubscribe from us without you actually hitting the unsubscribe button. And
I think isn't there like multiple choices too? Like when it comes to the bell.
Yeah, there's different levels. I don't know why.
is there?
Do you have to? Yeah, do you have to?
Yeah, I think
hold
so.
it?
I don't
What
I
are
don't
you
know what
talking
the I don't know
about?
what the fucking tiers are. There's like that might be on mobile. I don't know.
I think that's mobile.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
mobile.
that's mobile.
because
But yeah, and also follow us on Twitter. Make sure you just retweet when we're doing a show. You don't have to retweet when we're just being normal asshats posting about our day, but retweet.
Who posts
are
about their day? Oh
plugging-
wait, I forgot.
I do. Retweet about the show, and then hopefully we'll actually start getting. The goal next show is to have 10 people consecutively hear the entire show. I know
Would
it's a
be
pipe
nice.
dream, but it's a dream nonetheless.
The problem is nobody wants to see our dicks, so we can't use that as leverage.
I mean tonight it's been between 9 and 11 viewers, which means we did September 11th. So
I mean,
Yeah, Mark's got it right. Mark's got it right. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I think there's a lady in the audience.
hopefully.
maybe.
Pretty
There's
sure.
Wait. So there's 8 people. Wait, hold on.
Not including you and me, Pav.
Okay, so it'd just be not including you and me. Oh, I mean,
So there's 6
very
people.
low is a very low chance. But I see you, Topa. Don't worry.
So Topaz is the two ladies. Okay.
Oh, baby.
So I can't say lady maybe anymore. It's definitely ladies.
Wait, do I count?
No.
You're
Okay.
You have a beard.
Do I?
Pav,
Last
Bob, are
I
you a lady?
checked.
Pav, are you a lady?
Can you not tell by my voice?
No, I can't.
Okay.
It's kind of high pitched, squeaky, and nasally,
Yeah.
kind of like ladies. But at the same
Yeah.
time, you speak like a dude. Do
I
look
mean-
like a lady. Dun-dun.
Dude looks like a lady. I can't fucking sing for shit. Don't ever let me do that again.
just don't try to go high with it. What is this?
Yeah.
Okay,
What
don't
the
ever do
fuck
that
was
ever
that?
again.
That was creepy.
Never do that ever again. Just no.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Thanks for watching the show and sticking with us through at least. Y'all have a great, wonderful night, and see y'all next Monday. Maybe Friday if we decide we're going to do a locked and loaded gaming on.
We'll see. I might be in
Don't
downtown
tease them.
Seattle, but we'll see.
I'm not going to be here next week.
That's fine. We'll make
Wait,
it
what?
work.
Like at all next week.
I know.
Because I have my honeymoon next week.
I have to send you some barbecue pork now. Jesus Christ. I'm obligated to as my given my occupation.
That'd be fine. That would. I'm going to give you my address because Lord knows what you would do with it, but that'd be fine. Actually, to be quite fair, to be quite candid with you, I'm not going to be at this address in probably about 4 or 5 weeks' time.
Good.
Yeah, my folks finally found a house, so we're getting out of this one and going into
Muy
that one.
bueno, my friend.
And then hopefully I will only be at that address for like 6 months to a year, and I'll be out of that address, and then my wife and I will little domicile to call home.
Hmm.
And then, I can actually get, loud and obnoxious.
Like what I'm doing. Alexa!
Kind of like that.
You-
Yeah, something like that. Except I'll be screaming into them.
but we both just need to sit down with both our Alexas and just have them try and talk to each other over the
Xbox
That-
off! Xbox off!
That would be a great video. I think you guys should do that.
We'll make it work. But all right,
Anyways,
let's call
try
it
this
quits
outro.
here.
Let's try that outro again. Good night, folks.
Good night, everybody.
Yes.
Oh, we got this shit.